Welcome back to the shop, guys. I'm Brad. I wanted to give you a little bit of an update of what's been going on. I haven't put out a video in a couple of weeks now, but been busy doing a lot of things around here. So obviously it's Christmas time, and you know what that brings: shopping and countless other headaches. But I had a major shop reorg over here. If you remember in the shop tour video, I showed about 50% of the shop was occupied by woodworking tools that I don't really use anymore, on occasion. But so I sold off almost all of my woodworking stuff. I would probably say about 75% of it. I got rid of wood. I got rid of a dust collection system, the plumbing, the ductwork and everything. What else did I get rid of? A huge belt sander, a planer, a joiner, and a table saw is about to go next week. I'm selling a Powermatic Model 66 table saw, and it's pretty much sold. It's a sale pending, but I'm going to replace that. I'm going to get myself an older Delta Unisaw, like a World War II era one, and obviously restore that and bring that up to full operation. So what else? I'll show you all the room and the floor space that I reclaimed since all these machines are gone. It's amazing, absolutely amazing how your mind feels less cluttered just when you look around the shop and there's floor space back and wall space and stuff. So new for 2015, I kind of consider these past couple of videos almost like a pilot series. A couple of videos, testing the water, seeing how things pan out and everything. And I'm happy to say, I mean, my subscriber list has shot right up. I mean, I'm well over 2,000 subscribers. So thank you very much, everybody. It's humbling, and it's amazing to see that 2,200 and some odd people are interested in something that I'm doing down in my basement. I mean, there's millions of people out there doing things in their basement, and it's incredible, and I thank you guys, from the bottom of the heart. So yeah, so for 2015, I'm going to try to come up with some kind of a logo or an official title, something better than Basement Machine Shop. I mean, I don't know. I got to think of that. That's a follow-up. But what I plan on doing is doing maybe a weekly video, most likely a bi-weekly video, just because I'm just not that busy. I'm not an official machine shop. I'm not even a machinist, so I don't have work coming in every day like guys like Keith and Adam and everybody else out there. But when I get a new tool, I'll do a little show and tell about it, and some new updates when applicable, when there's really something to tell. But I am going to really start making a lot of machining videos, projects, things, using the machines and doing that sort of thing. I have a restoration that's started, another restoration, right? I have a South Bend pedestal grinder that I was lucky enough to find Easter of this year. Somebody had sent me an email because they knew that I wanted this grinder. I was looking for the grinder for some time, and I went over I traveled to Staten Island to pick it up, and I got it, and it's apart, and it's official. The restoration has officially begun. So I'm in the dreaded paint stripping process right now, and I have some video footage of that I'm going to release. I'm going to basically start releasing footage of that in a just like an update kind of a thing. I can't see making a video of stripping paint. Maybe a little bit here and there, maybe a little bit of shooting the paint, maybe some body work or whatever. Anything that's interesting, I'll put on there. So we got that coming up. Got a bunch of new videos that I have on the planning table, and basically, like, I'm thinking my format is going to be kind of all-inclusive. You know, maybe like a shop update, maybe some new tools if I got anything, and then, you know, get right to the project. And you know, nothing groundbreaking, but, you know, just sort of to condense it a little bit. I know there's so many videos out there. I can't even keep up with all my the people who I'm subscribed to. But one of the guys I'm subscribed to that I'm sure everybody knows is Adam Booth, and you know, Adam, I'm glad that you're doing better. I know he was in the hospital in December this month, so I'm happy to know that you're doing better, man. But I was watching his videos. I was watching Tom Lipton's videos, and they keep mentioning this guy Stan from Arbors Industrial. Now, if you don't know Stan or never watched any of his videos, go check him out. He's a pretty interesting guy. Cool guy, you know, real cool, and he's real smart and creative, and you know, finds ways of figuring all this stuff out. And I was just really impressed with his videos, and you know, I'm maybe a third of the way through, you know, his whole catalog. But I've been chiming in, you know, a little bit after the fact. Some of these videos are, you know, over a year old. But I was paying. What caught my attention was there's a bunch of videos on his channel where he's working on a specific machine, which I'm about to get. I'm about to acquire a new machine, which is a surprise. So it's gonna be about a week from now. Actually, no, a few days from now. From the filming of this video, a few days from now, I'm going to be picking up a new machine that I purchased. And how this all ties in is I was watching Stan's videos, and I saw he has this specific machine that I'm getting, and I learned a lot about it and some things to do and everything like that. And I commented to you, Stan, so you know what I'm talking about, and I thank you for that. Those are good videos. So yeah, anyway, go check out Stan, Arbors Industrial. I'll put the link up. Alright, so now I have a new tool that I acquired, and I want to show you that, and I want to show you the shop, what it looks like. Let me go back here and mention one thing. One of the things I saw on Stan's videos was the way he arranged his whiteboard. And he's got projects on one side and like a shop wish list on the other side. And man, I hate to copy or steal ideas or whatever, but Stan, that's a really good idea, and I kind of it's like I can't unlearn that now in my head. So I kind of set up my whiteboard the same way, and I'll show you guys that. And I think it's a good way of showing you what's coming ahead, a look ahead in terms of videos, and some of the things that I want to acquire that I'm actually, you know, I'll be on the hunt for, you know, to keep the shop moving and growing. So with that, let me show you, first off, let me show you, you know, what the shop looks like with all the new space I've recently acquired. So over here is the metal section of the shop. There's a wall. There's a wall right here, and it kind of goes that way, and the lathe is laid out that way. We have the mill over there. Back over here is I used to have a big rollaway, which I moved to some of the new reclaimed space. But I have a drill press over here, which is going to go there, and this rollaway and this bandsaw I'm going to relocate over here. I think I'm going to put the rollaway over here. So here's the table saw that's sale pending. It's basically, you know, dead man walking. I'm going to continue a wall right out here. It's a small length. It's probably about, I don't know, 11 feet, 10 or 11 feet from that lolly column right to that corner. So I'm going to, you know, put a wall in there. This will be out of here, okay? And there's a little tiny table with some parts over there, parts for the grinder that's being restored, and a couple of miscellaneous items that are just still laying around on the floor. But I got all this space back here now, and then when the table saw is gone, it's just going to open up the whole other side of the shop, which I'm really happy about. I'm going to get some better lighting in here and whatnot. But you could see over here, there's where the rollaway is now, against this wall. Tons of junk was cleaned out of there. I could walk in here without having to walk through a maze, without tripping. It's so much better. It's so much more easy on your brain and on your mind when there's no clutter. It's just so pleasant. Can't say enough about it. All right, so here's the whiteboard that I was with the idea that I kind of lifted from Stan, and probably some other people got the same thing. I don't know, but you know, on the left side here we got our project videos coming down, the pipe, and the shop wish list. So what do we got first? The first video after this one will be the surprise new machine purchase. Then I'm going to do well, I'm actually filming the Arbor one, so that might be a little bit out of order right there. But, you know, a video about Arbors, making the Arbors. Then I'm going to do a video of knurling. I'm really going to try to make that one as intense and as information-filled as possible, because it's been a pain point of mine for quite some time, and also an area of interest. I just love knurling, I don't know. And I have a new knurling tool that I got, and I want to go over all that. Then I want to do an Acme threading video with a follower rest. I have a nice follower rest for the South Bend, and I want to kind of show that. Then after that, we're going to do a video on cutting some tapers using the taper attachment. I get so many questions on the South Bend forum about taper attachments and even the Acme thread and the follower rest, which are really a bit of my inspiration to make these videos. Then we're going to do the reverse lever twin gears. So over here for the shop wish list, obviously I want a vise. I really need a vise. I don't have one, and when I see Tom Lipton's Wilton vices, I want one. And now he just got a new one, that white one, and Tom, I'm going to keep bugging you for that one. I want that. Next thing I need is a nice set of pin gauges, so I'm kind of on the hunt for them. I got all these Craigslist saved searches going on. I need another metal cabinet for the shop, and I'm going to be upgrading to a larger surface plate. I want a 2x3. Right now I think mine is 18 by 2 feet, I believe, which is nice, you know, it's great. But they're so inexpensive, and I really don't need one of these, you know, $1,500 Starrett ones, not for the work I do anyway. I mean, one day if it calls for it, yeah, but right now, no. And then I have my contact information there, my Gmail email. Alright, let's take a look at the new tool that I got now. For the longest time I wanted a optical center punch. So this is what I got. It took about, I would say about 8 months of you know, a saved eBay search. And one day it popped up recently and I got it. So what this is it's an optical center punch. It consists of this little scope, okay, and basically it's got a scope. Hold on, let me finish showing you what it comes with. It's got a scope, it's got this little base that the scope rides in, and the actual center punch itself. So basically what you do, here's your piece of metal. Put the magnet down, okay, and then you stick the scope in there, and it's got a little see that little cutout right there? That allows light to shine through. And you eyeball it up, and you hover. There's a crosshair in here, and you hover over your part that you have laid out. You remove it, and then this guy right here, you could see, has the center punch part. See that little point? And you put it in there, and the magnet actually keeps it lifted off, so you could slam it down. So let me show you what the scope looks like. So you look through there. There we go. You look through there, you eyeball it up on your part, and like I say, you swap it out, stick in the center punch your part, and you're good to go. And this brand is called Skidmore Optical Center Punch. I found a website, and apparently you can get these. They're about $45, maybe 40 bucks, $45. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember. But I paid $10 for this, but I chose to wait. And I didn't know that you can get these still. I thought these were a thing of the past. So I'll put the website up as well. And if you ever want a center punch, an optical center punch, get yourself one of these. These are pretty cool. In the vein of horse trading, as Adam Booth says, Adam and Tom, they like to call it horse trading. I have this set of dials here, and they come from a South Bend 13. This is the compound, and this is direct reading, so it's got the 250 graduations. I think it's 250. No, this is 200, I'm sorry. 200 on the compound, and 250 on the cross slide. And it's got the locking, the little locking screw. This one just has a plain socket head. And this one is for the cross slide as well, but this is non-direct reading. So if you move the cross slide in 10 thousandths, it's going to take a 10 thousandths depth of cut, and basically twice that off of your diameter. This will move in, if you dial up 10 thousandths, the depth of cut will only be 5 thousandths, but it'll take 10 thousandths off the diameter. So I have these here available for horse trading. If anybody needs them, send me an email, and maybe we could come up with some kind of trade. Alright, now for the project part of the video. Recently I got this guy right here. This is a new old stock Brown & Sharp involute cutter for gears. It's 14.5 degree pressure angle, it's 16 diametrical pitch, and I can cut, let's see how many teeth here, 26 to 34 teeth. The teeth that I'm going to be cutting is going to be 27. That's for the South Bend gears, but that's further down the road. But I need an arbor for it. The inner diameter of this is 7/8, and here's the slitting saw that I got, and the inner diameter of this is 1 inch. So I'm going to make 2 arbors. I thought about making one arbor with collars and stuff, but what the hell, I'll make 2 of them. So what I did was I drew up this plan here. Let me zoom in a little bit. So here's the drawing that I made, and forgive me, I'm not a trained draftsman, so I don't know all the ins and outs of creating blueprints. But basically, for the slitting saw, I'm going to make just a straight shank arbor. Okay, I'm going to make it 3/4 of an inch to fit into a collet. It's going to be light cuts. This is not going to be hogging off a lot of material. It's a thin cutter, so this is the way I'm going to go. So here's all the dimensions basically, and it's just going to have this little stub coming out here. This will be 1 inch, so the slitting saw will sit on top of it, and then we're going to tap it, and for this cap right here. So this is the drawing. So I was thinking about it, and I was looking around, and I saw some other drawings, some other ideas on the internet, and I figured, why not go for this guy right here and make an R8? Okay, so I think for this guy right here, for our gear cutter, I'm going to make an R8 one, and I'm going to make the straight shank. So this is going to be fun, right? It's going to be filled with all the machines. We're going to use the mill, we're going to cut a keyway, we're going to use the lathe, and we're going to cut a taper, and do some regular straight turning and whatnot. Hell, I might even find a use to use the drill press, just so I could say I used it all. The order of operations is going to be like this. We're going to mount this up in a 3-jaw chuck. We're going to drill and face both ends. Then on this end, I'm going to drill and tap for the 7/16 threads. Then I'm going to turn the OD down and put the relief in here, and then we're going to take it out and we're going to put it on the mill, and I'm going to cut the keyway. And I'm going to cut the keyway at this stage of the game, so while I'm turning the taper, I could take it out and mount it up in the mill and check and see if everything is good. And then we'll flip it around, and then we'll do the business end over here towards the tailstock. Now if you see, I just kind of I just roughed in some pencil lines here representing the chuck in my compound. I'm thinking that the compound might interfere with the chuck. So what I'll do is I'll flip the piece around and I'll attack the taper from this end right here. Don't mind this collar here. I know this collar doesn't belong here. You know, according to the regular R8 drawing, there is no second collar. I just when I did this from memory, I just thought there was a collar there. So that's basically going to be it. Most important thing here is we need to have this OD, and this OD in perfect concentricity with each other. This really isn't critical, and even the hole in the tapping here for the screw for the cap doesn't really matter all that much. I mean, you know, if you have a screw that's going like this as it's spinning, that's fine. But these three diameters need to be in perfect concentricity with each other. So that's why we're using, you know, that's why we're going to use the this old dog. So I sawed off a piece of stock that I had laying around. This is some 1018, and I did a prototype about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Actually, I did it before my belt broke on my lathe. I did a prototype, and it came out really nice. I mean, I didn't do the R8, but I did a regular straight shank. Let me see if I can find that. I was playing around and trying to get some finishes, and I put a fillet in there, if you could see. Anyway, yeah, there's like a little radius in there. But on when we do this piece, right, because we're going to do two of them. We're going to do one R8 and we're going to do one straight. I put a little fillet in there just to make it look sexy, and I guess it gives it a little bit of strength. But for that, you know, we're gonna use a radius tool. I'm going to clean this up and do a little bit better of a job. This was kind of quick and dirty, and you know, I'm going to do it proper. I'm going to use the radius gauge, the correct radius gauge for it. So we got a lot of work to do. Got to grind some tools, sharpen them up, hone them, get them cutting good. Yeah, lots to do, so let's get started.